Well, hey everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot. And today, you guys, I have your December tarot reading. So we are going to jump right in. As always, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, form your own opinion. And if you don't mind, please be kind to one another in the comment section down below. Okay, you guys, so let's just jump into it. What can we expect for December 2025, Spirit? What would be in our highest and best good to know about? Oh, look at this. We have social media company leader. We have social media influencer. We have tech giant. There is something going on here. I feel like these all kind of go together. Let's see. Let's get one more keyword card and see if it feels like it goes with this. King. I'm getting Trump and TikTok and Barron. So let's take a look at this and see what we've got going on here. Let's go to some tarot. There's that, the TikTok situation. I haven't been following it really closely, but from what I understand, there is a bunch of like tech billionaires that are going in together. If I remember correctly, Barron Trump is on the board. This is just feeling very much like that energy. So let's just do a quick read and see what's going on with that. This has shown up in the readings before too. So Spirit's like trying to, Spirit's really making this a big deal. Like it keeps pointing this out in the readings. Like if it's come up twice now. So it means that whatever is happening here is going to have some kind of implications to us as a collective. The Knight of Wands reversed. This is a card that talks about, it can be insecurity. It can be miscommunication. We had in the last reading that there would be some conflict, or it's not the most cohesive group of people. There's a lot of, it seems like, I don't know, conflicting opinions in that group. The challenge that they're facing is the Lovers reverse. There is going to be someone who leaves that group. There's someone who's going to get mad and who's going to leave the group. And what's interesting is I'm wondering if they're going to talk or if they're going to say like, oh, well, I left because of, and then there's something really bad. And what I'm really feeling like is it's a way to steal data. That's what's really coming through. Using TikTok as a way to like steal people's data. Okay, the energy that this is coming from is the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is a really like creative energy. She is very self-assured. This is very confident. So I'm feeling like whoever put this group together felt really confident that this was going to work. This is their way around whatever weird regulations that they had that was trying to ban TikTok in the first place. So that's the energy they're coming from. Now, the energy that the situation is going towards is the Fool reversed. This is not having the information that you need. This is about indiscretion and foolishness. So there is something weird going on here. That I feel like there are so many big personalities, but not a lot of like actual people with know-how. And I feel like they're going to want these things that they can't have, or want to do these things. And there's going to be discontent amongst, the ranks. And this is a bad deal. I don't feel like it's going to be successful. The overarching aim or destiny of the situation is they're going to have communication issues like within the app itself. And they're going to make really dumb, rash decisions that are not based in logical reason or thought. They're going to be based more on emotion. The underlying issue, or what they don't see coming, is there is no balance. This is excess, overflow. I just keep getting too many big personalities. The energy of the situation is chaos, confusion, lots of choices, just too many cooks in the kitchen. The environment is there's a lot of stress and anxiety over this, because I think that the people that are involved know that long term, this group is not going to work. Now I don't know if I feel it could go a couple of different ways. I feel like the group could just completely dissolve and this does not work at all. Or it could be like one or two people defecting. Okay, so we'll have to wait and see. The fear is the Page of Wands reversed. This is lack of communication or communication issues. And this is typically electronic communication issues. So, we keep getting cyber attack too. That's a card that keeps showing up a lot. And I'm wondering if the platform is going to be very susceptible to cyber attacks. Final outcome for this situation is the Empress reverse. This is not being fruitful. This is not giving birth to something great. This is something barren. This is not going to end well. We have worldwide Earth. So this to me is just like there's the interconnectedness of social media, but also the interconnectedness of things like networks and being able to take other people's data, being susceptible to infiltration from other parts of the world. Okay, what else do we have? I'm using the Trish James predictions deck. I just grabbed it really quick. We have rockets, SpaceX. Is Elon Musk part of this deal? I'm wondering if he is going to be involved. If he's not involved now, he's going to try to get on board. If he is involved now, then he is one of the people that's having the issues. Okay, we have volcano, mountains, big explosions, big personalities. This group is not a great group to work together. Too many big personalities. And then we have controlled narrative. So they want to use TikTok to control the narrative of what's going on in the nation. This is how they want to, they want to use it as a propaganda machine. That is how they want to use TikTok. And that is the whole motivation behind these people doing this. Okay, so be careful, you guys. I personally, right after the assassination attempt on Trump, I went on my TikTok and I said that I didn't believe what they were saying, and they banned my account. So after that, I was like, fine, I'm done with TikTok. Be careful on TikTok, especially now with these people getting involved. This is just, I don't know, really, really weird vibes. Okay, Spirit, what else do you have for us for the month of December? What else does Spirit have for us for the month of December? What is going on here? Okay, so we have dictator. We have CIA. What else do we have? We have Europe, female singer, former leader. Okay, let's see what else we have that can go along with this. I'm going to use the Trish James Governance Oracle. Now, if you guys are ever curious to know what cards I'm using, if you go to my website, which is just bobbiereads.com, I have a page there that has every single deck that I use. My newer decks are at the bottom. So if you don't see the deck that you're looking for, go to the bottom. But all of the decks are listed there. If you click on the picture, it will give you a link to purchase the deck or just get the deck information, and then you can purchase it wherever you would like to. Also on that website is a link to my secure portal for those interested in booking your own personal tarot readings with me. I do personal tarot readings. I do live readings and recorded readings. Please read the descriptions carefully and make sure that you're aware of what you're purchasing, okay? Because I've had quite a few people lately who purchase recorded readings, but they think that they're live. So just make sure that you're paying attention, okay? But if you are interested in getting your own reading, that is where you can do that. Okay, let's go back into this. Female singer, I feel like in this situation is a woman who gives information, okay? So we have dictator, military control, okay. So we have dictator and former leader. This is in Europe. Okay. And military control. Health regulation. United Front to gain approval. Covert corruption. Okay, you guys, so what's coming through really, really strongly, and this has come through before as well. It's very weird. This is like spirits like re-hitting these points for us to just be aware of, and perhaps the timeline shifted a little bit. So when we were looking at some of this stuff previously, there could have been things that happened that changed the timeline. But what I'm getting very strongly is that this has to do with NATO, and this has to do with the members of NATO. We have so many of them in Europe, but the reason I'm feeling like this is we have Europe, we have dictator. NATO was formed as a response to what happened in World War II, a response to a dictator. Former leader, we have Trump was a former leader, and now he's a leader again. He's acting very dictatorial. There are things that are going on that the U.S. is doing that NATO is saying we are committing war crimes for entertainment purposes only. There was Pete Hegseth, we're finding out now, on that initial Venezuelan fishing boat that was attacked. We're finding out that it was what's called double tapped, which means there were survivors. And according to international law and maritime law, the U.S. was required to save them, even if they're enemy combatants, and because they're in distress. And instead of doing that, it was ordered that they bomb them again or attack them again to leave no survivors. And that is an illegal order. And they follow through on it. So Europe, but all of the members of NATO are looking at the actions of Trump, and they're saying, this is dangerous. We can't share secret information with them. We can't share what do I want to say? Oh my God, you guys, my brain is like, I have had my coffee too. I don't know why I'm like, but information. They don't want to share it with the CIA anymore. They don't want to share it with the US, the intelligence. There we go. Oh my gosh, that was like just driving me nuts. That's so funny that the word I couldn't remember was intelligence. Okay. There we go. That's the kind of day I'm going to have. All right, you guys. But yeah, they don't want to share intelligence because there is someone inside that is a female energy that is singing, that is sharing that information with the wrong people. So NATO and these other European, is every European nation part of NATO? I don't know. I don't remember. But they're all forming this united front because there is corruption, covert and overt corruption happening, and it's happening within our military. And they're having big issues with the US, and they're trying to figure out what to do, how to deal with it. And I think that they're right now trying to get the approval of the majority of these NATO nations to do something. And I feel like the US might be somehow removed from NATO, or if they're not removed, because I don't know that that's a possible thing. I don't know that they have the ability to do that. So if they can't remove the US, this is about severely limiting the amount of information that they have access to within NATO. So this is happening. This is all coming together. And there could be a former leader that's part of this as well, like a former, it could be, I don't know, former, I keep getting like former leader of Germany, like Angela Merkel or someone like that, that's helping in some way. I don't know if it's like writing policy or like control. I don't know, but that's what's coming through. So this is a very, very this is unknown ground. This is a brand new situation. This has never happened before. And so we're kind of watching them figure this out. But to protect people, they have to limit what they're telling the US because they don't want the US to like take that intelligence and then go out and do something terrible, which is, kind of what has been happening, what they've been doing. Okay, Spirit, keep talking to us. This has been a pretty clear reading. So what else do you have for us? What else should we know? And some of my cards are stuck to my table here. My spirit is being clear. I am not. It's very weird. I cannot find my words today. I feel like I'm just being very inarticulate. Okay. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for us for the month of December that we should be aware of? We have Princess, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. You know what? I'm going to stop right here because this is about what's going to happen to Pete Hegseth because we were just talking about that Venezuelan fishing boat. And yeah, I want to do a reading on Pete Hegseth about the double tap situation. I haven't done a reading on it yet. I will either do a full reading or a quickie reading. So I may do a quickie reading and you may actually see it before you see this video. I'm not sure, but I do want to do a full reading on the situation. Okay, Spirit. So what do we have about Princess Pete Hegseth? There's no justice right now. He's doing things that are illegal and we don't see justice yet because there's this imbalance. Okay. And I think a lot of people are going to get very frustrated because we all know that he has done something now that is a war crime. And there are going to be people that are screaming for it. And I think also there's going to be people in other countries. This could be where the NATO situation comes in. Like the US is actively committing war crimes. And we're seeing that now. So this could tie into the situation with NATO. The struggle or the challenge that Hegseth is facing right now is the King of Cups reversed. So this is someone who is emotionally volatile. This is the male energy in the Trump administration that is coming down on him. Now, I would normally say this is Trump, but I don't think it is. I think Stephen Miller is running the show when it comes to this kind of thing. Perhaps Marco Rubio, but I feel like this is Pete Hegseth's struggle is dealing with either Trump or whoever is speaking on behalf of Trump right now, which very well could be Stephen Miller. The energy of where Hegseth is coming from is the Ace of Cups reversed. This is an interesting card because this is symbolic of so many things about Pete Hegseth. First, we have just the cup, the chalice, it's reversed. This is like, he's so busy drinking. And now, okay, the Ace of Cups is not a card that typically means addiction. Okay. A lot of people like to fact check. A lot of people like to fact check me in the comment section, but intuitively I'm picking up. Okay. And this is what Spirit is sharing is that his cup is always upside down. He's always drinking. Okay. So he's coming from an energy of always being drinking, always taking, and never giving back. This is him being given opportunity after opportunity. And he just pisses on it. Mr. I won't ever have a drink if I'm Secretary of Defense. Well, and then now we have clearly seen that that's absolutely false. So this is him. This is not going to end well for him, but this is him basically wasting every opportunity that's been given to him. The energy of where he's going is the Queen of Swords. The divine feminine is going to cut him down. He can no longer make excuses for his bad behavior. The divine feminine is coming in. Things will be righted. The wrongs will be righted. The energy is shifting. Now, the destiny for Hegseth, or the aim, is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles he had the potential for success. I mean, look at all the things where he is. Clearly, he had the potential to do something great with his life. It was there, but he made the conscious decision to not reach his full potential. He chose a different way. These are his karmic choices, and the things we're going to see play out before us in regards to Pete Hegseth, we're going to watch karma. We're just going to watch it happen. I think it's going to be a slow roll, but I do 100% believe that we will see karma come back for Hegseth. Now, I said karma and not justice, because if justice would be him being brought up on war charges and being, convicted and all of that, I don't necessarily think that's how it's going to go. I could see Hegseth, just exiting on his own accord, if you know what I'm referring to, because he's that kind of a person. But I could just see I don't know, health conditions or something taking him out before justice can get to him. But don't worry, because that's karma, right? So justice will be served in a karmic way. The underlying issue, or what he doesn't see coming, is his big fat ego. His big fat ego. He wants to look like a badass. He wants to look like shit. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I have no respect for him. He wants to do things that he has seen on movies that he thinks would be super cool. That is his energy. He's just such a doofus. Energy of the situation and where he's going is the Hangman reverse. This is a martyr. He's being cut down. He is not a martyr, but he'll feel like he's a martyr. He'll think he's a martyr. But I do think that he is going to be removed from his position sooner rather than later. His environment. This is, he's being real productive right now. He's trying to get his ducks in a row, because I think part of him knows what's coming. So I could see him having reached out to different networks, things like that, to line up potential work for himself. Hopes or fears. This is being trapped, not having a choice, losing his job. Final outcome for the Secretary of Defense. This is MAGA. Interesting. Spirit, can we get a clarifier on this one? The Eight of Pentacles reverse. The Eight of Pentacles reverse is feeling trapped, feeling stuck in your situation. This could be Trump or MAGA feeling stuck. They want to get rid of him, but they don't want to admit that they've made a bad hire, because according to them, they never make bad hires. But there is going to be news coming in soon. I think he's gonna be replaced, and this is probably going to be in December. I think that timing is a fluid thing, right? Timing is a hard one to nail down, because people can change their mind, or people can procrastinate, whatever. So this could be something that happens in January, but I don't know. I'm really getting December vibes for the exit of our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. Okay, Spirit, what else do you have for us for the month of December? What do we have for the month of December? We have reality TV star. Okay. Reality TV star. We always have North Korea. We have Argentina. And we have media source news outlet. This is someone saying things on TV, and it's probably a reality TV star, which could be a few different people. It could be the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy. It could be Trump. What do we have here? We have planned outcome. So there's some kind of planned outcome happening right now. We have Elon Musk, rockets, SpaceX. So this could be something with the NASA. You know what I'm getting? The NASA head. They're trying to replace they're trying to find someone in there, and Elon Musk nominated someone, and Sean Duffy wants to remain in that position, and then there's someone else who's being considered. So I feel like we're going to get an answer on who is going to lead NASA in December, but this is a planned outcome. So whoever is selected, it's been decided for a long time. I feel like it's decided now. So when we find out who it is, this is something that was pre-planned. Okay. We're going to leave that there, because I don't want to try to, dial it in so much that We don't know who it is. Okay, I'm going to leave Argentina and North Korea over here, so we don't need to do a full reading on those. We just need to remember that these are headlines that these are places that could show up in our headlines during this month of December. Now I want to switch over to the Whispers of the Unsolved and just see what other things we can expect to see in the headlines. We have premeditated, hidden, missing, cult. Okay, this is such a giant deck, you guys, that I do it in 3 chunks. Okay, so we're gonna get the next chunk now. Whoa, okay, that one was child, success. Okay, and one last chunk here. Oh, look at that. We got the devil. Okay. So let's take a look and see what we have here. So we have the devil. We have hidden or missing. We have success and premeditated. We have AI and child. We have portal 5D. We have kidnapped or having your hands tied. We have cult, tunnel, underground. Oh, there's Trump, Republican, abuse, neglect, thief, and work. Let's take a look and see what we can for Trump. Okay. So let's see. Let's do a reading on Trump for December. Let me make some space here and let's see what we can find. I think a lot of this stuff that we have over here is going to tie in to this reading we're getting. So as it happens, I'm going to pull these in. Okay. All right. So Spirit, can you give us a peek into Trump's December, please? Can we get a peek into what December will look like for Trump? Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is either a contract coming through, some kind of a contract, or it can be gossip. Okay. This can mean a lot of different things. I think honestly that Trump has some connection with the powers that be, and that is how he got to be president the first time and the second time. So I do feel like he could have some kind of weird contract. We know that there's a lot of people that have things on him. There's a lot of hidden secrets, and I'm wondering if some of the things that they have is this compromising material that was collected on him from both Epstein as well as the Russian government of him conducting himself in lewd behavior or lewd activities with underage people. And so he has to do the bidding. He has to do the bidding of those that his hands are tied. In order for him to remain, successful as far as he's concerned, have his money, have his presidency, then he has to stay in line and do what he's told. Okay. That's the energy of Trump. Now, the challenge that he's facing or his struggle is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is that very powerful energy. The Queen of Wands is very self-assured, very confident, but it can also be an authoritarian figure. There's someone who has their thumb on Trump, which we know. What's interesting, though, is it's feminine energy. Sunflowers are tied to Ukraine. I'm wondering if this is referring to Russia, if the Queen of Wands in this situation is referring to the challenge that he faces is the information, the compromising material that Russia has on him. The energy that he's coming from is the Nine of Wands reversed. The Nine of Wands reversed is being very exhausted, having strong opposition. He's wearing down right in front of us. We're watching him break down in real time. I mean, the man is he's 79 years old. That is an advanced age to be working that much every day. You know, it is. At 79, he should probably be, you know, enjoying his life and retiring. The energy of where he's going is the Queen of Pentacles. This is such interesting energy because he's getting so much feminine energy in this reading. The Queen of Pentacles is opulence. I'm wondering if they're going to sneak his ass out of there and if he's going to go somewhere. I wonder if he's going to go to Argentina. Argentina is where a lot of the Nazis went. There's actually a little town in Argentina that is like completely German. They speak German. It's like a little Bavarian town. And it's where a lot of the Nazis went for, for refuge, basically, after World War II. Trump's destiny or overarching aim for the month of December is to take as much as he can. This is all about stealing. Get as much as fast as you can. He knows that his time is limited. So I think we are going to see an uptick in his grifting. Okay. Now his underlying issue or the challenge that he faces is confusion, the mental and cognitive decline. There's too much going on. He can't keep things straight in his mind. The confusion is going to exacerbate. The energy for Trump for the month of December is the Page of Pentacles. Again, this is offers of money. This is like offers of doing deals. He wants to do as many deals as he can. He is working as fast and as hard as he can to spend money, to grift money, to collect money in absolutely any way he can for entertainment purposes only. The environment is the Two of Cups. The jig is up on him. And he knows that the separation is going to come really soon and that he's going to have to go because it's just imploding. So his environment right now, I think, is to get as much as he can, as much of a grift. And when the cult turns on him, when MAGA turns on him, that's when he's done. And I think we're getting really, really close to that point with a lot of the MAGA people, especially with this new war, the no new wars president. Hopes or fears that he's going to pass. That's his fears, that he's going to die. And this is like a forced timeout, arrest, failing health. That's, they're so scared that his health is going to fail. And that is what is happening. Final outcome for Trump for the month of December is the Hierophant reversed. This is government on its head. So he's going to do a lot more damage and corruption in December. He's going to do as much as he can. This is like just super corrupt, super, super corrupt energy. Doing things in an unorthodox way, doing things in a way that government has never done it before. All right. Okay, you guys, let's see here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear away these cards here. And I want to shift gears a little bit. So before I do that, though, I just want to remind everyone that we still have AI, Portal 5D, North Korea. We have abuse and neglect and devil. Okay. So these are just additional energies this week. We're not going to read on them, but they're just there in the background. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to shift gears and I want to pick an oracle card. So now that we know what we can expect through the month of December, Spirit's like kind of laid it out for us. We need to keep our eyes on NATO and the different European countries to see how they are going to respond to the actions of the U.S. and Venezuela. Okay. So now that we know all of that, what message does Spirit have for us? What do we need to know? What advice can Spirit give us? What does Spirit want us to know for the month of December? What information should we carry with us for the month of December? And we have fall into my arms. So let's take a look here and see what this one says. And it says surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. So often we look at failure as being something to avoid, something to run from. If we have a failure, then that's it. That's the worst possible thing. But failures are gifts, in my opinion. Failures are how we learn. If we never fail, then we never truly learn. I've worked for someone in the past who was very failure adverse, and she wanted everything that came out of her team to be 100% perfect. So she would go over everything with a fine-tooth comb before it was like finalized or went out. And what happened, in my opinion, was that the team was very stifled, and they were not confident because they felt like they needed approval at every turn, and they didn't fully learn because they never had a failure. So when you experience these failures in your life, you can look at it, two different ways. You can look at it as it's the end of the world, you failed, or you can look at it as, you know what, that didn't work out, but what can I take from this to use next time so that I have different results? Life is not guaranteed to be easy. Life is guaranteed to be balanced with equal parts good and bad. Opposites, right? That is the whole idea of the karmic cycle. Often I think people get into this mindset of like their goal is to live a perfect life. And especially in the spiritual community, it's a perfect life that's nothing but positivity. And that's just not realistic. And while the good is beautiful and that's where we want to be, we have that pendulum. We have that pendulum. And when things happen, when we have those failures, we can look at it as I'm a victim, or we can look at it as, okay, this was how I learned. This was my karmic journey, because we didn't come to Earth to have like an easy experience. We came to Earth. The whole reason that we are here, Earth is a school planet. It is a learning, teaching planet. So we chose to come here to push ourselves, push our spirits to learn more, to experience something really difficult. That is why our spirits, our souls choose to come to Earth. So know that if you are experiencing different challenges in your life, then you are exactly where you need to be. You are right on your life's path. This is Spirit saying, this is your lesson. And what's interesting is if we don't learn from them, they show up over and over and over until we learn. So if there's something going on in your life and you want it to stop, and it's something that maybe you've experienced in the past a lot, then what you need to do is make different choices, get a new perspective, do it differently this time. Because this is your opportunity to learn the lesson and then move on. Okay? All right, you guys, if you're still with me, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's a free way to help out my channel. And I'm almost at 25,000 subscribers, you guys. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. You can help me. I cannot do it without you. And finally, if you would like to take your support of my channel one step further, you can do that by becoming a member. Members get access to member exclusive content. It's a really fun time over there, and it's 99 cents a month. The information or link to join are in that description box down below. Click where it says more, it'll expand, and all of that info is in there, as well as the link to my website that I was talking about earlier. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me while I flip cards, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.